Hello, everyone. This is Lucas with this week's discussion for prompt responses. I enjoyed the prompts this week. In regards to the first sort of question, considering our own institution, the mission of Dickinson's 10 criteria, um, Dickinson believed that it wasn't enough to just simply accept the conclusion that it's too difficult to measure or assess the multitude of programs that have accumulated amongst all these universities. Creativity has emerged in assessing the quality and necessity of these programs, and Dickinson provided 10 criteria. For me, revenue and other resources being generated by the program, along with the costs and the other expenses associated with the program, are at the top of my criterion list, especially being at a Division II university, a public university that relies on not much public funding, I would assume. It's even more so within my department, being an athletic department in Division II has its challenges, especially when looking at a bigger private Division I athletic program to draw a comparison. Overall, the revenue and the costs, this is what drives many decisions at the end of the day, because money talks and walks in this case. Many colleges in general, especially within the athletic department, are run like businesses. If a program is losing money, it likely has a shorter leash to stay, if any at all. Next in the importance for me for criterion is the impact and the overall essentiality of the program, along with program outcomes. If it happens to be making money, if it is impacting the students in a positive way, that would be the next thing to judge. The student should be put first, but since how many schools are run like a business, even if it's making sense, if the program inputs and outcomes are both positive and they're making a impact in that institution and in the community as a result of that, that may not matter. Going back to the revenue and costs, even if all those qualities are met, you still go back to the top of my list, which was the revenue and costs. And if it's not working in that aspect, there's a good chance it'll get cut no matter the impact. For the second prompt, had to think about what schools can do, that the schools that do not have any major endowments, that they're not able to utilize those selective admissions, and how they can help attract those students. Typically, these schools at this lower end of the spectrum, they either have to cut their spending or increase price by tuition and fees. In most cases, many have chose to do both. I think that these schools must look closely at Dickinson's criterion or criteria of external demand for programs and other wants. They should look at their target audience of those students, those less privileged students, those at the schools that are not having those high quality peers, and should do an assessment of what they need, what they're interested in. So those universities, even if there may not be 55 different major programs, the 10 to 15 programs that are available will have the highest quality teachers. They'll attract higher quality and quantity of students in this spectrum. So I think focusing specifically on that group and knowing their wants and needs and targeting that instead of trying to generalize and put a bunch out there will help draw in those students. And even though you may not get the quantity at first, because only that group of students would be interested. Eventually, if you bring the quality of teachers and to that few programs, then you'll be doing it better than the other institutions. So then hopefully this would allow for better outcomes for the institution to promote itself and make itself better. And then on the back end, this would continue the circle, hopefully, of attracting similarly higher quality peers, even if they are within this lower spectrum. Thanks again, guys. I will put the link in here. Hope everybody can see it.